Welcome back, Sebastian here. So time for my review for race 1 of the 2024 Formula E Berlin ePrix. What a crazy race. Action all over the place, crashes all over the place, lots of chaos, lots of carnage. Really difficult to kind of keep track of what was going on at the time, but you know, I tried my best. So start with Mortara on pole, really a shock pole position in the Mahindra. Van Dorn were second alongside. Deruvula qualified quite well, got into the duels, but unfortunately had to take a grid penalty plus a stop-go penalty in the race. Mortara stays in the lead as the lights go out. Lap 2, Deruvula serves his drive-through penalty right away. Jeb and Sedikama had a really nice battle for third place. Lap 3, Mortara takes attack mode and drops out of the lead. Lap 4, the field starting to spread out, which was a bit interesting at this point. I felt like there was a lot of corners where there's basically only one line through the corner, so the field actually spread out quite quickly at this point in the race. Little would I know what would happen later. Lap 5, there's a DS 1-2 at this point, so Van Dorn and Verne first and second. Lap 7, basically after the field had really spread out, basically by lap 5 or lap 4, the field then compressed really tightly back together. The top 10 really clumped together, and again, DS Penske still with a 1-2, and kind of doing team play with the taking the attack mode. Lap 10, Roland has a broken front wing, doesn't kind of come loose and interfere with the tires, but yeah, definitely some of the arches and stuff were broken. Ericsson was then stopped on track. We got a full course yellow. We saw they had a broken suspension. We never really saw a good replay of what exactly caused the issue, but yeah, it made it look like he broke it on either a curb or hit the wall at some point. Eventually that full course yellow would change to a full safety car, so decided that full course yellow wasn't going to be enough for them to recover that car. Lap 14, this is a bit of a silly moment from the race director, but basically they couldn't decide who was in what order when the full course yellow started. So they basically had like quite a few, I think 2 extra laps behind the safety car so that they could verify the correct order of the cars. You know, I understand why they do it, but you would think it was something that they would be able to do in a pretty short order. So they basically asked Verline to go in front of Van Dorn. Previously, they had been second and third the other way. And there was a bunch of other changes as well further down the order. He made a mistake and then he had to go and change it again. Lap 16, the safety car ends, so we get back to racing on lap 17. Verline takes the lead at this point, and that for whatever reason, Nick Cassidy dropped to the back of the field. We don't really know what happened there. Lap 18, Verline takes attack mode, drops to 4th place. Lap 21, we have a Porsche 1-2. Roland is almost in the wall. Degrassi has a spin at turn 6. He came on in an interview with Nicky Shields afterwards saying that he was hit by Dan Ticktum, and he's saying, oh, Dan Ticktum's going to get a penalty for the next race. I'm calling it now. When the reality was Ticktum was still in the race. He finished the race. He'll just get a time penalty added on to the end. He pits after that, or Jordan King pits as well. Barnard pits as well, looks like a front wing change of some kind. Van Dorn was down in 18th place at this point, and Dennis, somehow after being basically in the bottom 5 positions for the entire ePrix, was up into 7th place somehow. So no idea what was happening there. They spent too long showing replays of Degrassi getting hit, so he came back to live action and suddenly Dennis was in 7th place. Lap 25, Jeb starting to take the lead and starting to defend and make it harder to actually overtake. Dennis had 3% more than the drivers around him. Lap 28, the virtual race engineer, something that Formula E has basically introduced this year, basically said that the go moment will be with 6 laps to go. So basically when the drivers will start to go full power and basically not conserve so much. Let's see where we. Nacho was going slow, seemed like he hit the wall or something. Lap 29, Gunther was stopped on the side of the track. Made contact with Hughes. It was a very strange one. He basically went straight into the wall, kind of like on a diagonal, and Hughes just kind of got caught up into that. So contact there with Hughes, and we got a safety car from that. Vanderlinde also had a broken front wing, had to come in and pit to replace that. He hit the back of Sasha Fenestras. Lap 32, Dennis was 1 to 2% up on everyone else. At this point, it looked like maybe he might be within with an outside shot of the win, which would be a really big moment, especially starting basically in 20th, I believe he started. Lap 33, his safety car was in. DaCosta takes the lead. Jev takes the lead a couple laps later, lap 35. And then Dennis has a big lockup at turn 6, drops down to 9th position, and then pits for a new tire. And then I think he did one lap and then basically came back into the pits and retired. So really unfortunate for Dennis, looking like a really strong race for the British driver, but unfortunately not to be. And I think at this point, you can make a pretty good argument that the championship is maybe starting to slip away from him, and he won't be able to defend his championship crown. Hughes pitched for a new tire for a new front wing. Let's see, 6 added laps we have at this point, so quite a few added laps because of all the 2 safety car periods. Evans was in the lead lap 39. Lap 41, Daruvula, who was looking like he was going to get some good points, plows into the back of Mortara at turn 9. Verline was in the lead at this point, and then Jev took the lead on lap 42. Cassidy was up to second somehow after being at the back for most of the middle third of the race. Lap 43, Cassidy takes the lead, driving away from the rest of the field, building a 1 to 2 second gap over the rest of the field somehow with whatever energy he had left. Then final lap, Verline goes over a curb quite aggressively at turn 4 after making contact with Evans, but Nick Cassidy takes the checkered flag. Back-to-back New Zealand wins, back-to-back wins for Jaguar. Really good result for Cassidy after being at the back for quite a few laps in the middle. Really chaotic race, tons of lead position changes. I'm sure we're going to see a new Formula E record for overtakes or something like that. But yeah, definitely an interesting race, really difficult to follow though, and definitely not kind of a traditional motor race or even a traditional Formula E race, I guess, in some respects. Anyway, your full results: Cassidy, obviously with the win, joined on the podium with Jean-Eric Verne and Oliver Rowland. 4th was Mitch Evans, 5th Pascal Verline, 6th Antonio Felix DaCosta, 7th Van Dorn, 8th Mortara. Good points for the pole sitter as well. 9th Fanistrize, and then 10th Barnard. Points for the rookie, basically making his first full weekend with the McLaren. Really good result for him. 11th Vanderlinder, 12th King, and 13th Alan, year 3. 3 of your 4 substitute drivers not doing too bad for themselves. 14th Tictum, 15th Hughes, 16th Sanikama, 17th Daruvula, 18th Nato, and your 4 DNFs were Dennis, Gunther, Degrassi, and Ericsson. With that win, Nick Cassidy takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship, 113 points, 1 ahead of Verline on 112. 4th is Dennis on 89, 5th is Evans, also on 89, 6th is Jeff with 83, 7th Gunther with 65, 8th is Van Dorn with 43, 9th is Bird with 38, 10th is DeCoste with 34, 11th Fenishaz with 26, 12th Hughes with 25, 13th Nato with 24, 14th Fines with 21, 15th Bowman with 20, 16th Muller with 18, 17th Tictum with 12, 18th Steadicama with 11, 19th Mortara with 7, good points for him moving up there, and then 20th for Daruvula with 2, and then 21st and 22nd are Degrassi and Barnard with 1 point each. And now Nick DeVries is 23rd in a 22 driver championship after being 22nd in a 20 driver championship last year, and followed by 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th, your 4 debutants for the season. Vanderlinder, King, Aaron, and Ericsson all on 0 points, of course. So there you go. There's my review for race 1 of the Berlin ePrix. We'll see if tomorrow's any different. But really, I think for the championship, I think things definitely tightened up quite a bit at the front. I think for the man in 7th, Gunther, I think unfortunately with that result, realistically he's out of it. But you still have, let's see, you have Jev in 7th, who's 30 odd points off the championship. I think that's still doable. So really, you have a kind of a top 6 now fighting for that title. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'm going to be going to bed now. It's 11 o'clock here. And yeah, ready for another big day tomorrow. Goodbye.